Welcome to today's market report. European stock markets are seen opening in a mixed fashion on Tuesday, with rising COVID-19 cases prompting new lockdowns and US political uncertainty prompting investors to take a cautious stance. DAX futures traded 0.3% higher, CAC 40 climbed 0.1%, FTSE in the UK fell 0.2%. The UK became the latest country to order a new and more rigorous lockdown on Monday as the number of its COVID-19 cases continued to rise sharply, not helped by a new strain of the virus that is more infectious than the original one. In Germany, Chancellor Angela Merkel and the state premiers are scheduled on Tuesday to discuss a possible extension of the current lockdown beyond the 10th of January. Restaurants, bars, museums and cinemas remain shut in France, while New York Governor Andrew Cuomo confirmed the state's first case of new COVID strain, raising the possibility of further restrictions there. The ever-rising number of COVID-19 cases globally is dampening the enthusiasm triggered by the rollout of vaccines that began in December. Also prompting worries among investors is the uncertainty surrounding the Senate runoffs in Georgia due later Tuesday. This could determine the control of this branch of the US government and thus impact the economic policies incoming President Joe Biden will be able to introduce. Both contests are seen as being very tight and the outcomes may not be immediately known, which could result in the type of political chaos which followed the presidential election in November. Turning to the economic data, German retail sales rose 1.9% on the month in November, significantly better than the drop of 2% expected given the increased COVID-19 restrictions. The country's latest unemployment numbers are due for release later on Tuesday. Retailers WM Morrison Supermarkets and Next both publish Christmas trading statements on Tuesday, and this will be studied to gauge the impact of the restrictions on this important trading period. Oil prices weakened on Tuesday after a group of the world's top producers failed to agree a production policy for next month, despite concerns about demand growth due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Crude futures traded 0.3% lower at $47.49 per barrel. Brent fell 0.4% to $50.90 per barrel. Both contracts fell more than 1% on Monday. Gold futures fell 0.1% to $1,944.9 per ounce. On the FX front, the GBP-USD pair witnessed a dramatic turnaround on the first trading day of 2021 and retreated over 160 pips from the 137 mark or fresh 32-month tops. The cable was last seen trading around 135.70, and analysts at Commerzbank expect to see a dive towards 135.40 to 134.83 as negative divergence points to a possible retracement lower. After PM Johnson announced the third lockdown for England starting on Tuesday, the British Cabinet Minister Michael Gove said that they will review the impact of the new curbs on February before progressively lifting them. The cable took a U-turn from the fresh high, however, fresh expectations of battling the virus and further stimulus from the US back the corrective recovery. Eurodollar has been struggling amid concerns about the COVID strain and a slow pace of vaccines. If markets already price in the depressing developments, there is a room to rise and re-attack 123.10. The vaccination campaign is advancing at a snail's pace. Germany is leading the Eurozone, but with only around 0.32% of its population having received the inoculation. France's distribution is in the hundreds. While the US is doing better, bottlenecks and disarray have resulted in only 1.38% of the population receiving either the Pfizer, BioNTech or Moderna jabs. Markets prefer both Democrat candidates John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock to win their respective races against Republican Senators David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. A dual victory would provide President-elect Joe Biden room to push for more stimulus. Reports of long lines in Atlanta could boost stocks and weigh on the safe haven dollar, potentially sending euro-dollar above 123 before voting ends. Some resistance was at the daily high of 122.80. It is followed by the critical double top of 123.10. The dollar index was down 0.1% at 89.733, but above Monday's low of 89.415, seen for the first time since April 2018. This is today's market news. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.